Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing this palette knife tutorial. It is a half-hour long, so if you really like long videos, then keep on watching. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to be using a palette knife, and I am reviewing the Arteza paper pad, the acrylic paper pad. So hopefully this is also educational for you. Without further ado, let's crack on with it, shall we? Alright guys, so today we are going to be reviewing the Arteza acrylic pad, 16 sheets, and I have, as you can see, I have already been using this, and today we're going to paint a forest, and I have my reference image down here. I will pop it down below for you guys to download yourself to follow along. I'm predominantly going to be using palette knives. I have a largish one here and a smallish one here. So this is one that I use like the most when I'm using a palette knife. So yeah, the paint today that we are using is going to be Galleria Acrylics by Winsor & Newton, as well as some Arteza paint. I don't have any ready. I'm also going to be mixing in some Arteza paint packets. I really like this paint. It is very thick and really nice to work with, and I love it a lot. So we're going to be doing a forest, and it's going to have like a little road right about around here. So I hope you guys look forward to watching and following along if you want to. Like I said, the image is linked down below if you want to follow along. So first off, I'm going to use a brush to get down the first layer of paint, because I don't want any of the white paper to be showing through. So I'm going to mix the sky color with the brush, and it's predominantly white, and I'm going to use ultramarine to mix with it. I have my basket of paint right here to add to the palette as we go along. So I have ultramarine from Arteza. I'm gonna stick some on the palette like so, and then we can mix and begin. I am mixing white with like just a touch of ultramarine, a touch of cerulean, and a little touch of this crimson color, a little bit more white, a little bit more blue, to kind of give it a little purple color. And this is going to be our sky. So I'm going to pop this here on the canvas, and if your paint's just a little too sticky, you can add a little bit of water, which is usually what I do, is scoop up some paint and just spread it around on the canvas. The sky doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be mostly covered by trees. Adding some more white as we gradually go along. taking it right up to the edge of the paper. Alright, perfect. So we have our sky now. All blocked in. And now we're going to rinse out our brush really good. And then block that off. Okay, so I'm going to take the smaller of the palette knives and I'm going to take some of the crimson, some of the yellow, and make a very light orangey color. And then we're going to mix in some white with it to make it kind of like a pastel orange color. So you should have something kind of like this. I'm going to add just a little bit of burnt sienna to tone it down. And just a tad more white. So now I'm going to get some paint onto the bottom of the knife. Scrape paint. And then we're gonna pop in our tree line, and I would say there's leaves right around here. We're gonna lightly pop it in. Kind of roughly draw out where we want the tree line to be. And then we're gonna do the same. So my reference image, there's a lot more brighter of a color on this side. So I added a bit more white to fix that. So what I'm doing is I'm lightly touching the paper with the knife to sort of give us a leaf texture. And I'm spreading the paint around to make it a little more opaque, give us a little more coverage. Okay. So it gradually gets darker and darker until the end. So we're just going to fill this whole area up until we get to a darker orange. And all you have to do to darken it up is just to put a little bit more sienna into the orange color, just to darken it up some. Like so. And it's okay if some of the sky color is showing through because again, this is trees, so that's what we want. I'm going to darken this up quite a bit. I'm gonna add just a bit of like ultramarine to the orange to sort of darken it up, to darken the tone down quite a lot. So get a little bit more and just darken it up. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same for the side until we have both sides completely covered. And I'm going to mix quite a bit more paint because we have run out. Okay, so I want to lighten this area up like quite a lot to where it's just about white but not quite. So I'm mixing a peach color with yellow and the orange mixture and a lot of white, and I'm going to make circular movements with the very edge of the knife and sort of give it that leaf texture. Alright, so now before we continue into the foreground, I want to draw in our trees, and I'm just going to go straight in with black with this, and I'm going to put paint right onto the side of the palette knife, and I'm going to just draw where I see the trees in the reference image. And again, if you would like to follow along with me, the image is down below. So I see a tree about here. I'm gonna pop that in right about here. And I'm gonna leave like little gaps of where the leaves are going over the trunk of the tree. So I see like a bunch of like little skinny trees right around this area. So I'm going to paint those in. Alright, so I'm quite happy with that. Now I'm going to work on the bottom area, which is predominantly like dark. So I'm going to just use the same colors as up here and sort of carve out our ground here. So basically, the best way I can describe what I'm doing is scumbling. Like, if I were using a brush, it would be scumbling. So with palette knife, I am doing that same thing. And I'm just taking the color and mooshing it around. Okay, so now I'm going to do the path, and I'm just going to make a light gray color. I'm going to take some white, a little bit of black, and I'm going to mix some ultramarine into it, just to kind of give it the same similar shade as we have up here in our sky. So I've loaded the bottom of my palette knife with the color, and I'm just going to fill in this whole area with this color. Now remember, this is just the first layer of paint that we're putting down, so it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, because we're gonna add in details later. We can change things around and all that fun stuff. Quite happy with that, at least for now. I'm going to end up carving more of the land around our path, but like I said, this is just the first layer of paint. We're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna come back to it to do more layers. And the reason why we're gonna let this dry is so that these current layers don't mix with the new layers of paint. And so let it dry, come back to it, reload your paint if you have to, go grab a cup of tea or some hot chocolate. I'm gonna go get some hot chocolate, and we will get back to this here in a minute. All right? Right, so everything is now dry by now, and we're now gonna go in with the exact same palette knife, doing the details of the ground and adding all the highlights and little tiny details that'll just tie everything together. So I'm going to mix an orange color. So I now have like an orange color. Very gorgeous orange color mixed. I'm not going to go into the white with this, so I'm just going to go straight on. If we cover anything over, like I said, we can easily just re-add later. Anywhere in my reference image that I see this light orange color, I'm going to place it onto the canvas paper. There's a bunch of it into these trees. I did not mix enough. I also see like a bunch of like highlights like way back in here as well. As well as like over here. going in with a lighter color right up here where the sun is, filling in all the leaves, especially on the ground here. I'm leaving the shadows in between because that's what I'm noticing here on the image. So I'm gonna actually grab some black. And sort of just darken it up. I'm gonna drag some trees right down here into our foreground because on this side I see them pretty much almost go off of the canvas. So I'm going to mimic that over here. And we're just going in with straight black just like we did before. Trying to create our depth. Alright everybody, so I'm gonna call it done, and I hope you enjoyed following along with this tutorial. I hope you learned a little something about palette knives. I know that these can be daunting. They were for me at first. I never used to like painting with them. Now that's like all I really want to paint with. And if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell to be notified the next time I upload a tutorial like this. If you like these long tutorials, please hit that like button and drop a comment down below to let me know. And yes, so without further ado, that is it for this video, and I will see you on the next tutorial. So my final thoughts on this paper is I like it. I mean, I layered on this paint very thick. There are several layers of paint on here done with the palette knife, and it is held up very, very well. It has not warped at all. As you can see, there is no warping done at all. All in all, it's really good paper, so I highly recommend ordering some if you've been on the fence about it. I hope this helps you figure out your thought process on ordering some, because I'm thinking of ordering some more. So yeah, I'm curious to see what else I could throw at it. I don't have oil paint, so I can't test oil paint on it, but their acrylic paint, their heavy body acrylic paint actually works very, very well on this canvas. So there's 2 reviews for you, and these 2s actually last a very long time. I've now had them for 3 months, and they're still quite full. I mean, except for their titanium white, but I use white quite a lot, so that would be the only thing I would say buy extras of. Other than that, everything is great. I love it. And yes, so Arteza acrylic paper pad, pack of 16. It comes in a pack of 2 over on Arteza. I am not sponsored by them at all. This is my honest opinion on this paper, because I have done a review for them before when they first came out. So this is now my 2nd review, and I like it. So I hope you like them too. And if you want to see more paintings, definitely hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever my scheduled videos go live. So yes, and that is all, and I hope you enjoyed this half-hour long video. If you've made it to the end, definitely let me know in the comments down below if you want shorter videos, if you like the long videos. I'm not sure, it's hard to tell, so I will see you on the next video, which may be a speed paint, so who knows. Anyway, I love you all, and I will see you on the next one. I keep repeating myself, so now it's time to go. Alright, bye!